Hi everyone, myself Vignesh Pavithran. My dissertation topic is understanding laterite as a building or architectural element and its importance, quality and impacts in architecture. The dissertation was created by architect Reshmi Naveen and architect Jaydevi Venugopal. Need of the research. Laterite stone, which can be found in a lot of tropical areas, has been used as a building material for centuries. It has a few unique properties that make it good for construction. The natural durability and resistance to weathering of laterite stone is one of its most important advantages. It is also resistant to fire, making it a safe building material. Additionally, laterite stone's distinctive reddish brown color and texture can enhance a building's aesthetic appeal. Laterite stone, despite its numerous advantages, has some limitations as a building material. It may require specialized tools and expertise to work with, and cutting and shaping it may be challenging. In some areas, it may be more expensive than other building materials. A dissertation on understanding of laterite stone as an architectural or building element might look at the influence of laterite stone's geographical properties on its use as a building material, how laterite stone has developed over time and how it has been used historically in architecture. And also the techniques for cutting, shaping and joining laterite stones are among the technical aspects of working with it. How laterite stone can be used to enhance a building's design and aesthetic qualities, and how it might shed light on the properties, advantages and drawbacks of using laterite stone as a building material. It may also contribute to the ongoing discussions about innovative and sustainable building methods. The central research question is, what are the key properties, benefits and limitations of using laterite stone as a building material, and how can it be effectively utilized in contemporary architectural design? And the sub-research questions identified are how laterite stone as a building material has impacts and importance in regional architecture and how they can influence the climate and comfortness inside the building. What are the environmental impacts of quarrying and working with laterite stone and how can these be mitigated to promote its sustainable use as a building and architectural element? Also, what is the historical and cultural significance of laterite stone in different regions and how can this be integrated into modern architecture and sustainable building practices? And also the methods that which the laterite stone can be used in innovative ways in modern architecture, such as incorporating it into sustainable building designs and using it as a decorative feature. Another one is how can the use of laterite stone in construction and architecture contribute to the development of sustainable and culturally rich built environments in different regions, and how can laterite stone be used to promote local cultural heritage and to identity in modern architecture, and what challenges and opportunities does this face? The aim of the research is to study and discover and understand the impacts and importance of regional material like laterite stone as an architectural and as well as a building element. And the objectives are to understand about the impacts of laterite stone as a building material in regional architecture and to find how they influence the climate and comfortness inside a building. Also, to understand the cultural heritage and aesthetic values of laterite as an architectural element and to understand how its qualities influence the character of the space inside the traditional building. Also, to understand about what are the best practices for quarrying, working with and maintaining laterite stone in construction and architecture and how can these be integrated into a sustainable building practice. To understand about the environmental impacts of quarrying and working with laterite stone and how can these be mitigated to promote its sustainable use as a building and architectural element, and to identify the availability, cost and quality of laterite stone in different regions and how does this impacts its use in construction and architecture. Moving on to scope and limitations. The scopes identified are examining the historical and cultural significance of laterite stones used as a building material, as well as its cultural association and application in various regions of the world. Also, evaluating the sustainability of using laterite stone in construction and environmental impact of its quarrying and extraction. Evaluating laterite stone's aesthetic and architectural value, as well as its application to various architectural designs, contexts, and styles. Examining the latest developments in laterite stone construction technology, including the use of cutting edge tools and methods. Also investigating the cultural, historical and aesthetic significance of significant laterite stone structures, sculptures and buildings through case studies. Determining the advantages and disadvantages of employing laterite stone as a building material in modern construction. The limitations are the study might concentrate primarily on laterite stone structures in a specific country or region, which might not be representative of how laterite stone is used elsewhere. In order to accurately document and analyze the use of laterite stone in architecture, it may be challenging to gather sufficient resource and data, particularly for older structures. Individuals may have different perceptions of the cultural and heritage significance of laterite stone in architecture because aesthetic values are subjective. In order to reduce the likelihood of erroneous interruptions, the research may necessitate a precise definition of terms and methodology. A basic understanding of materials, science, geology, and engineering is required to comprehend the use of laterite stone as a building material. As a result, the study might need to take into account technical language barriers that could make it hard for non-technical readers to understand. The literature review outline is such that the literature review will provide an overview of cultural, heritage, aesthetic, and historical significance of laterite stone as a building material, as well as its physical and mechanical properties. The review will also explore the different applications of laterite stone in architecture and construction, including the load-bearing walls, decorative features, and flooring. The advantages and challenges of using laterite stone will also be discussed, including its durability, sustainability, cost, and difficulty in quarrying and working with the materials. This chapter also gives an outline regarding the findings and theories regarding the usage, qualities, etc., regarding the natural methods, materials, including the laterite stone. The literature review is done has two parts, that is understanding laterite as an architectural element as well as a building element. In order to understand laterite as an architectural element, the values such as cultural values, heritage values, etc. are analyzed. And also in order to understand the values such as a building element, the properties such as aesthetic and color values, structural values, etc. has been analyzed. Inferences from literature review is such that laterite stone has been used as a building and architectural component for centuries in India. The utilization of laterite stone in development is especially famous in tropical and subtropical regions because of its plenty availability. As a building or architectural component, laterite stone possesses numerous heritage values such as mainly sustainability. Laterite stone is a sustainable building material because it is a naturally occurring material that is abundant and easy to find in many places, and also it can be obtained locally, and it requires a little processing that reduces the transportation's impact on the environment. Another one is durability, that is laterite stone is ideal for construction in areas with high rainfall, humidity, and extreme weather because of its durability and strength. It is resistant to decay, corrosion, and erosion, ensuring the building's longevity. Another component is aesthetics. Laterite stone's rich reddish brown color and distinctive texture give it a pleasing appearance that can enhance a building's beauty. In facades, walls, columns, it is frequently used as a decorative element to create a natural and earthy appearance that is both beautiful as well as useful. Another one is relevance to culture. The utilization of laterite stone in development has a long history and a social importance in numerous locales. It is an important part of cultural heritage and identity because it is a traditional building material that reflects the architectural heritage and cultural identity of many regions. Also, low cost is another factor because due to its low cost in comparison to other building materials, laterite stone is an affordable building material for many peoples worldwide. In many nations, it has low cost made a popular choice for housing, public structures, and infrastructure. In conclusion, laterite stone has a numerous heritage values as a building or architectural component, including its low cost, sustainability, durability, aesthetics, and cultural significance. Because of all these distinctive properties, it's becoming a popular building material in many parts of the world. This reflects the local architectural heritage and cultural identity to this region. Also, as beautiful building and architectural material that gives structure a natural one of a kind texture and color, laterite stone's aesthetic qualities as a building or architectural components include a unique shade. That is, one of the most striking characteristics of laterite stone is its deep reddish brown color. The stone's high iron content, which oxidizes and eventually turns red, is the cause of this distinctive reddish color. This color can be a beautiful addition to any architectural style because it gives building a natural and earthy appearance. Also, texture. That is, laterite stones' rough and uneven textures give buildings depth and character. The stone surface is frequently rough with natural cracks and crevices that gives it a natural look. This texture can give a building's facade or walls more interest and give the impressions of depth and complexity. The next one is beauty in nature. In recent years, natural building materials have become increasingly popular. Thus, laterite stone enhances a building's aesthetic appeal. It gives a structure warmth and character while also creating a sense of harmony with the nature. The laterite stone has distinctive reddish brown color that is often linked to Indian states of Kerala where it is frequently used in construction and architecture. The iron oxide and other minerals in the soil from which the laterite stone is extracted are what give its color. The color of laterite stone is important to its aesthetic value because it gives buildings and structures made of a unique look. In addition, it reflects the region's cultural and historical significance as well as the natural environment from which it is derived. The mineral content, iron oxide and concentration and weathering all have an impact on the color of laterite. The methodology is done in such a way that all information regarding the topic, understanding laterite stone as an architectural or building element are well explained in different research papers and articles. All those informations are to be collected and reviewed. The methodology for understanding the laterite stone as a building and architectural element can involve both qualitative and quantitative methods. The qualitative method is such that one is literature review, a comprehensive review of existing literature including research papers, academic articles and books can provide valuable insights into the cultural and historical significance of laterite stone, its application in construction and architecture and its advantages and challenges. The second one is case studies. The case studies of historical and contemporary buildings that have used laterite stone can provide a deeper understanding of its potential as a building and architectural element. These case studies can include site visits and interviews with the architects, builders and designers who have worked with laterite stone. Also, another thing that needs to be done is to conduct case studies on specific laterite stone structures or buildings. The third one is interviews. Interviews with architects, builders, and designers who have experience work with laterite stone can provide insights into these properties, applications, and challenges. This can provide a better understanding of cultural and historical significance of laterite stone in different regions. The quantitative methods include laboratory testing. That is, laboratory testing can provide a quantitative data on the physical and mechanical properties of laterite stone, such as compressive strength, density, porosity, water absorption, and thermoconductivity. These tests can be conducted in accordance with standard testing procedures, and the result can be compared with those of other building materials to determine its suitability for various applications. Surveys can be conducted to collect data on the availability, cost, and quality of laterite stone in different regions. Overall, a combination of laterite qualitative and quantitative methods can provide a comprehensive understanding of the potential of laterite stone as a building and architectural element. Moving on to results. Laterite stone is a locally available natural environmental friendly and cost effective ferruginous material in southwest India. It is said that laterite rock originates in this region due to heavy rainfall, intermittent hot seasons and terrain with hills and valleys. The word laterite was adopted from the Latin word later, which means brick. Also, the formation of laterite rock occurs in hot and humid regions with 30° north and 30° south of the equator. The major reason for the formation of laterite is prolonged and repetitive wet and dry seasons. Also, laterite stones are mainly available in dark brown and yellowish red in color. The provisional cost of burnt clay brick in southwest India is around 5 rupees per piece, and the provisional cost of laterite stone is 28 rupees per piece after finishing. Laterite stone construction is cost effective as the volume of laterite stone is approximately 390 mm into 190 mm into 190 mm, that is length into breadth into height, is nearly 9 times higher than the volume of burnt clay bricks. The large size and the smooth machine cut of laterite stones can cut down the time taken to complete a structure, which in turn saves the labor cost to a greater extent. It is a versatile building material with a number of technical advantages such as durability. That is, laterite stone is ideal for constructing centuries-long structures because it is extremely durable and can withstand extreme weather conditions. Second one is sustainability. Due to its low energy consumptions and abundant availability, laterite stone is an environmentally friendly building material. Third one is resistance to fire. Laterite stone is an excellent choice for construction in areas prone to wildfire due to its high fire resistance. In Kerala and other parts of South India, the use of laterite stone in construction and architecture is deeply ingrained in the local culture. This material is an essential component of the cultural identity of the region and has been used for centuries. It is mainly dependent on certain features such as sustainability. Laterite stone is a material that is plentiful, local, and both long-lasting and sustainable. A commitment to environmental friendly practices and responsible resource management can be seen in the use of laterite stone in architecture and construction. The other features are such as cultural and beauty. Laterite stone's rough texture and reddish brown color give buildings made of it a distinctive appearance. The traditional methods of construction, that is, the traditional building methods that have been passed down through the generations, are reflected in the utilization of laterite stone in architecture and construction. These methods are linked to the past and significant part of cultural heritage. Another one is resilience. Laterite stone is a material that is strong and can withstand harsh weather and other factors in the environment. Laterite stone structures are an important part of the region's cultural heritage because they have stood the test of time and are thought to be very strong. Insulation against heat. Due to its excellent thermal insulation properties, laterite stone helps to maintain a comfortable indoor temperature, reducing the need of an HVAC system. Laterite stone's historical significance extends beyond its construction applications. It is also prized for its use in artwork and sculpture, as evidenced by presence in ancient temples and monuments. The cultural and artistic values of the time period are reflected in the sculptures, intricate carvings, and designs. The use of laterite stone as a building material for historic structures and monuments, as well as its use in sculptures and artworks that reflect the cultural and artistic values of time, are all examples of its historical significance. This image shows an aged laterite stone, and the second image shows the major quarrying sites which is located in different parts of Malabar, that is southern Kerala. Moving on to importance as a building element, that is loose rock pebbles and fragments have a tendency to re-cement into solid masses that are as compact as the original rock. Laterite has the peculiar property of being soft when first quarried, but becoming hard and compact upon exposure to air. For construction purpose, it is typically cut into bricks due to its property. This property. The typical color of laterite brick is red. It is porous and have a vernacular structure. Even though the laterite's profile individual units are not uniform, the profile overall pattern is the same at all locations. Before reaching a zone of partially altered bedrock, the parent rock ascends through a zone of lithmark, block, blocky laterite, and a vermicular laterite. The vermicular laterite depicts the highest zone of laterization, which may or may not have later formed laterical gravel color and or as a humus zone. Also due to its physical properties, particularly its porosity, laterite is thought to have a groundwater recharging source in addition to its potential as a building material. Laterite is one of Konkan's most important hydrological province because it contains approximately 55% of the total dynamic groundwater storage. The laterite terrain get a lot of rain every monsoon and it is getting recharged year after year. Rainwater quickly infiltrates due to its high porosity. Rainwater can more easily vertically enter the groundwater reserve due to the peculiar vesicular structure. However, the low permeability of the lithomarch clay beneath the laterite cap and weathered bedrock prevents easy movements of downwards. This may make it simpler for water to remain in laterite pores for an extended period of time. Due to changes in water table, laterite groundwater state is always changing. And the discussion part explains such as laterite stone is a building material that has been used for centuries in tropical areas of the world. The color of the sedimentary rock formed through the weathering of igneous rocks has a distinctive red color due to the presence of iron oxide, and it's used in variety of contemporary architecture applications such as cladding for buildings, paving stones for driveways and walkways, and landscaping accents. The use of laterite stone as a building and architectural element has a long history in tropical regions, especially in India and Southeast Asia. Its unique properties make it versatile material and that can be used for a wide range of applications, from load-bearing walls to decorative features. Its sustainability is also one of its benefits, as it does not require a lot of energy to make or transport and can last for a long time. However, using it in an architecture can be difficult due to its porosity and lack of skilled craftsmen. It's likely the laterite stone will be used more in architecture in the future with more research and experimentation. Also, it is explained that it's used in a wide variety of regions such as in the construction of roads, temples, monuments, etc. It's easy to recycle, uses a little energy, and its production and application make it more usable and toxic. It is it is the responsibility of building professionals to ensure that laterite used is sustainable and friendly to the environment. In developing countries, laterite and clay buildings are becoming increasingly popular due to their ability to keep rooms warm in the winter and cool in the summer. Their availability in most areas and the low cost of extracting, processing, and producing building materials. Moving on to the conclusion, it's been discussed that the characteristics, the properties, and potential of laterite stone as an architectural building component. It's also discovered that laterite stone could be used in contemporary building and architectural designs, but more research and development are needed to fully investigate its potential. Also, the study emphasized the significance of preserving and promoting the utilization of traditional building material like laterite stone to preserve cultural heritage and encourage environmentally friendly building methods. Also, It has a significant historical importance in architecture and construction that is evidenced by its use in historical structural structures and monuments, as well as it's used in sculptures and artworks that reflects the cultural and artistic values of the time. Also, the dissertation suggests that laterite stone can be useful and long-lasting building material if properly understood, researched and developed. It is popular in tropical region due to its durability and reddish brown color and is used to build walls, walls, foundations, etc. It may be challenging to work with it due to its hardness and limited availability outside of tropical regions. Recognizing its unique properties such as durability, affordability and natural insulations, it is necessary for understanding its use. Laterite is a common type of soil found in tropical areas that is abundant in iron and aluminum and is a good material for construction due to its durability and strength. However, its application is limited due to a lack of technical knowledge and awareness of its properties. Its vulnerability to erosion and its susceptibility to cracking. More studies is required to better understand its potential uses and limitations, and also it's important to use it in a way that it is sustainable and good for the environment. Thank you.